The um, MCU kind of ended around um Endgame. This is not no, not this. This is not the MCU. Okay, I'm talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the Arrowverse is not part of the DCEU. Okay, but this is why the critics hate movies like Alita and Joker. It's because they know. They know. They don't want Disney to have any competition. Same thing of Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a Sony. Let's look at the Blu-rays for Sony for Spider-Man Far From Home and Avengers and other Disney movies. Okay, so Amazon on best-selling movies. Go to you can see it here. Spider-Man Far From Home, it has Blu-ray, DVD, digital. Because it's published by Sony. And of course, we all know Disney doesn't put DVDs with um the MCU movies. But you can clearly see the difference here. You can see that they even have different covers. The Disney has the Disney garbage cover. The trashy Disney cover, and Sony was the reason why the MCU is doomed is number one. Sony, number one, Spider-Man got kicked out of the MCU. We all know Spider-Man was planned to be a important character in the MCU. And since Sony basically said "F you" to Disney, basically that's basically what they did. They were like "F you, Disney. We're not being a part of the MCU anymore. We want to be our own thing." Because Spider-Man has his own universe and stuff. Okay, there's the whole Spider-Verse movies, and they can continue to expand that into more and more versions of Spider-Man, like Spider-Man 2099. They can expand it to like there's so much in Spider-Man universe. No, no, I am never getting this movie. I can get out of here. Nobody wants this movie. Okay, nobody wants the Booksmart movie. Terrible movie. 0 out of 10. Moving on. Spider-Man Far From Home. They can definitely continue expanding the Spider-Man universe. Okay. Um, but they were building up Spider-Man as the replacement for Iron Man, the main central character, and now he's gone because Sony said no, you're not gonna be a part of the universe anymore. And that's the first reason why the MCU is doomed. Okay, they kicked Spider-Man was pulled from the MCU, and Sony basically said a final no. You were not listening to your Disney because it's really Disney's fault that Spider-Man's out of the MCU because they wanted to get greedy. And so Disney decided to try to get greedy with the Marvel Universe, and it just didn't work. And now the MCU is gonna be Spider-Man with, and the only care. And of course they say, oh, Miss Marvel might replace Spider-Man, but Miss Marvel will not replace Spider-Man. Spider-Man is an icon of superheroes. He always has been for the longest time. Okay, one of the highest grossing movies in history. Back in the day was the Winslow Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. Okay, they were in the top 10. They were in the top 10 highest grossing movies for like a years upon years, and definitely the highest grossing superhero movie until The Dark Knight came around. Okay, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. A lot of people love those movies. Okay, they can easily make another one, another great trilogy like those, like with Spider Verse, and easily make another one. Where and Spider Verse is like it's multiple Spider Mans, there's many Spider Man time characters in there. There's even a Spider character called Spider Ham in that movie. It's like 5 different like Spider-Man characters, major Spider-Man characters, because it's called the Spider-Verse. Um, there's Peter Parker in that movie too. There's also Spider-Gwen and Spider-Ham, and there's other Spider-Man characters and villains and stuff. But they can definitely expand that. They can also expand the Venomverse. And introduce like make build up build up Spider-Man and Venom as two separate characters, and make them like an eventual conversation with both of them, both of the characters. They can easily do that. Spider-Man versus Venom, make like a eventual like you build up Spider-Man and like 2 or 3 movies, no 2 movies, and Venom and movie, and make it like the Monsterverse, Godzilla Monsterverse, where the ending is the eventual conversation between the both characters, and they can easily do that. Spider-Man is actually pretty big on his own. Okay, Spider-Man does not need no other Iron Man or Avengers to be his own character. Okay, Spider-Man is like Batman. You can make hundreds of movies about Batman and without including other DC characters. Spider-Man has that luxury compared to other Marvel characters. Okay, for example, Black Panther. Okay, there's only like 3 or 4 villains of Black Panther, and you'll be starting to reaching villains from other characters. Spider-Man has so many villains unique to him, like Batman, because Spider-Man is kind of like how Batman is of the DC universe. Okay, they can make a whole Spider-Man universe by themselves. Okay, Superman, he's popular, but he doesn't have much characters to stand alone by himself. You can probably make a few movies, but that's basically it about not Spider-Man, Superman. Um, and of course, but to get in the X-Men, but you can't. It's like moving Batman. It's like a movie like but you're moving the most popular character. Okay, Jean Grey, one of the worst X-Men, one of the worst characters, is not as popular as freaking Spider-Man or Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel. Moving on. Okay, next number 2 is not comic book movie um manga movies. For example, um even Japanese ones. If Japan make like they can you can now buy Aladdin on Amazon, but I don't want to waste my money on Disney. Actually, if you buy it from third party source, it means you won't be giving your money to Disney. But I don't want to give my dollars to Disney. Okay, I'm not giving my money to Disney. Okay, let's look at Alita Battle Angel for example. Okay, Alita Battle Angel is some people hate it. Some people absolutely hate Battle Angel on the internet. It's usually the people who complain about how she's creepy and stuff. It's people who hate anime in general. Okay, a lot of people think that as they always say, anime is superior to you know comic books because anime at least they tell stories and they don't talk about politics 24/7 in the movie. Okay, they don't talk about politics in the movie. Okay, they don't talk about no orange man bad politics. Okay, and compare this to every MCU movie besides Spider-Man Far From Home, which is a Sony movie. Spider-Man Far From Home, as you can see difference in the Blu-rays, and James Cameron can easy they like F you to Disney and not make it like the Disney privilege like every other Disney movie. Look at the Spider-Man Far From Home versus and Far From Home versus every other MCU Blu-ray. Okay, Spider-Man doesn't have the Disney privilege Blu-ray because it's Sony. Okay, and Spider-Man his Sony has big franchises that other big franchises other than Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is the most popular series. But now let's go on to Alita Battle Angel. Okay, Alita Battle Angel is currently 67. But you gotta look at the highest grossing movies of the year. Okay, so box office highest grossing movies of the year, or comic book movies of the year. Okay, so the top 5 highest grossing comic book movies of the year is Avengers Endgame, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man Far From Home. The technically still considered a comic book? No, it's a video game movie, not a comic book movie. And then Alita Battle Angel. Alita Battle Angel made more money than Shazam, which is a DC movie. Okay, Alita Battle Angel made more money than a DC movie. Okay, that's how much money Alita Battle Angel made compared to. So Alita Battle Angel already made $404 million from first movie. Um, especially China basically saved the movie, but especially if the sequel does really well, like similar to or to say if the sequel does similar to How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World domestically, and it retains the same amount of foreign numbers, so it makes um okay, so 85, so 160 percentage calculator. So let's just see 80%. Let's just say Alita makes 700 million worldwide. So Alita would let's let's just say it's true. Alita makes the same amount of money. That means Alita Battle Angel 2 would make this much money worldwide. 720 million. makes similar to Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, and those types of movies. So we have 740, which means 584. And that's still only 146 million, so we gotta get higher than that. Let's see. It retains the same amount of international appeal. Or let's say we just makes 800 million worldwide. Okay, it's simple as that. So 640 million international, which means we would make 160 million domestically, but it would increase its already massive foreign total to 800 million, similar to how the Fate of the Furious did. Fate of the Furious kind of didn't do too well domestically, but made like $1 billion internationally. Worldwide. The Fate of the Furious. Foreign overseas total. The Fate of the Furious. Where is it? Fate of the Furious. Fate of the Furious. If it had the same numbers as Fate of the Furious worldwide, especially if it does double the first movie in China, this is what we have here: 640 million international and 800 million worldwide, which means 160 million domestically. Similar number around similar numbers to the Fast and Furious percents Hobbs and Shaw domestically, worldwide. And those are the numbers the critics and the SCWs are really scared about because because the Alita fan base is of course Alita fans are we love the movie. And of course if the movie gets a sequel, they'll probably be angry. Because they know that Marvel after Endgame is kind of gonna be less than $1 billion movies. There'll probably still be a few like Black Widow. That'll probably go to $1 billion because Black Widow just that great of a character. People have been wanting a movie with Black Widow a long time. And I'll probably see it regardless if it has politics or not on Blu-ray or something, because I just want to see Black Widow and her own movie, have her own movie, and it's long overdue, but literally long overdue. Okay, and Doctor Strange too. I think everybody's probably gonna want to see that, but the other Marvel movies are not gonna do as well. And Alita Battle Angels based off like some manga that nobody even heard of, and it made $400 million. Just imagine a Dragon Ball movie that isn't crap, that isn't Dragon Ball Evolution. Maybe if it's like a like or a live action Naruto movie that Lionsgate is making. Okay, people have been complaining about the live action Naruto movie, saying how it's gonna suck, but we have no footage of it. We have nothing based off of it, and the live action Naruto movie, the creator of Naruto is gonna be is gonna be supervising the movie. Man, my man, my markets. I just okay, and Naruto is one of the most popular anime live action movie. They can easily make a good movie. Okay, this is a poster anime sequel going strong. I think Japan's making their own version. Japan has made their own version already. Live action cast. Um, and they're still making it. They have announced it like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and they're still making a live action Naruto movie. They're still making it. They made a Japan made a live action Bleach movie. Okay, Japan has been making live action movies of anime for the longest time, I believe. They made like 2 or 3 Death Note movies. They made a Full Metal Alchemist one. They made I think they made an Attack on Titan one too. These are live action anime movies, and that is not one. But they made an Attack on Titan one. They made a Tokyo Ghoul movie. That's the Netflix Death Note, doesn't count. But they made like 2 or 3 Death Note movies too. Japan, they already have been making live action anime movies for the longest time, and they've only been out like in Japan or like limited release. But Naruto is more popular than Alita. Okay, let's look at Google Trends. This is gonna be about the manga for Alita, and does Alita as a series in a nutshell. Okay, versus Dragon Ball and Naruto. They were much more well known series. I seen both of them, and I can kind of see Naruto. That's the search term. Okay. Thing is Battle Angel Alita, and the manga is called Battle Angel Alita. And Japan it's called Gun, which is like but you can see here, this is Naruto versus Alita. The manga Naruto. This is both mangas compared, and Alita made $404 million. Naruto, compared to its popularity, Dragon Ball, I can put Dragon Ball too, because Dragon Ball got revived to Dragon Ball Super, because Dragon Ball Evolution actually helped Dragon Ball as a franchise come back as a series, and that's why we have. So even though Dragon Ball Evolution is garbage, if Dragon Ball Evolution didn't exist, we wouldn't have stuff like Dragon Ball Super Broly. And of course Boruto is still out too, so Dragon Ball is done with. There, there, we're done with Dragon Ball Super. But if you look at 2004 to present, okay, this is Dragon Ball. This is Naruto manga. I think this is only Dragon Ball, the first one, so I'm just put Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, which most people just search up Dragon Ball Z, so, because that's what people are most familiar with, Dragon Ball Z. Most people are familiar with Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball is actually more popular. So this is Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, um, comparison and Naruto. Alita is like nothing. Nothing. Okay, Alita is nothing compared to both Dragon Ball and Naruto. Dragon Ball was much more popular before 2004, and this is the United States. Obviously, Naruto must be much more popular than Dragon Ball Z. Um, but this is just America, worldwide. Dragon Ball is obviously within Latin America. We all know for some reason Dragon Ball is more popular. But you see here, Dragon Ball, Naruto, manga, and Naruto, Dragon Ball are pretty much here. And Alita went up because of the movie. And actually surpassed Dragon Ball Z in system. And you can see here, Naruto, Dragon Ball is very popular here. That Dragon Ball is very popular in Japan. Say if you have Naruto, I think let's just remove Dragon Ball Z from the search. Um, oh yeah, let's compare. Also, let's put in One Piece. I don't really care for One Piece, but let's put in One Piece as another comparison because One Piece. But if you look at but thing is, most people know what Dragon Ball is. Okay, that's the thing. Most people know what Dragon Ball is. Okay, most people didn't really know what Naruto really was, and Naruto got popular during this time as well. Same thing with One Piece. This is One Piece. The green is One Piece. And if you look at manga sales, I used to sell manga wrong. The best selling in history, okay, best selling in history, in all of history, okay. The best selling in all of history, the best selling series. I can put in Bleach too. But you see here, Battle Angel Alita, the movie, still made $404 million. This is worldwide sales. Oh, let's include and this is One Piece Dragon Ball, which most people know what Dragon Ball is. That's why most people don't always search up Dragon Ball as a topic. You can see the most best selling is One Piece, $454 million. Dragon Ball, which ended at 1995. One Piece does have an advantage over Dragon Ball because One Piece has been going on since it's still going on today. Dragon Ball was gone at 1995. Like, oh, if you make JoJo Bizarre Adventure, that's another popular one. Naruto is downhill at downhill. Same sales as Dragon Ball Z too. Same sales as Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball in general. And you can see Alita is nowhere on this chart here. Alita Battle Angel. If you look for Alita, there's like can't find Alita here. Um, One Punch Man. Oh, that's a new one. But Naruto was much more popular during the 2000s than Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was popular in the early 2000s. This is what the chart shows. Dragon Ball was airing around the early 2000s, and Dragon Ball is still people don't really need to search up Dragon Ball. I'm just gonna put up Dragon Ball Super. Cause that's the new Dragon Ball that's out, and I bet more people will search up Dragon Ball Super than Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Super. I'm gonna put Dragon Ball Super in the comparison. You can see Dragon Ball Super, and Dragon Ball Super is not as popular as the shows, but Dragon Ball Super is here. Okay, when Dragon Ball Super came out, people were excited, but a lot of people were disappointed with Dragon Ball Super. And Dragon Ball Super kind of ended around 2018, and it went down, but boy, did it go back up, but it went down again. This is around the Tournament of Power arc. It kind of peaked down, and it went down. One Piece is the best selling of manga history. You can see here, and this is how much. And 474 million copies of One Piece have been sold. 474 million. And Dragon Ball is 300 million. They haven't been updating it for a long time. Okay, Dragon Ball is much more influential worldwide. Okay, you can see how the worldwide sales will break down, and here it will probably make some money in China, Kazakhstan. It'll probably make money in Indonesia because a lot of people in Indonesia apparently like Naruto, and of course Latin America again. Domestic market is not a big market for Naruto. It'll probably make as or Europe. It's more popular in some countries in Europe, but it's very popular in Asia. Korea, it's more popular in Korea and Japan. And this is Alita. Alita actually made a lot of money in France and Korea. It's pretty popular in Asia. Malaysia made a lot of money there, compared to the Philippines, Korea, Lithuania, and it actually was pretty popular in France too, in the United States. Japan, it's actually pretty popular there too. Dragon Ball, we all know Dragon Ball is most popular, and it's pretty popular in China actually. More popular in China than America. Dragon Ball, One Piece. One Piece is very popular in Asia. Very, very popular. I get with Dragon Ball Super, but Dragon Ball is older than most of these series, okay? Let's put another series that was popular. Let's put a new series. One Punch Man. One Punch Man is still ongoing. One Punch Man. And Sword Art Online is not a manga. It's a white novel. See here, this is One Punch Man. One Punch Man is, is a very new manga. And One Punch Man is very popular. I think One Punch Man got a season 2. But One Punch Man is kind of a disadvantage for being a new series. Okay, what other manga is very popular? Okay, so best selling. Oh yeah, JoJo Bizarre Adventure. JoJo's been going on for a while too. If I can go start watching anime again, I'm gonna watch JoJo Bizarre Adventure because of all the memes that were going on about it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga series. You can see there's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Actually, it's not that popular compared to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has become more and more popular. Now it's rivaling Dragon Ball in popularity, but Alita is not a high tier manga. Okay, these are like the high tier mangas. The show is much more popular than the manga, but you can see that. Okay, now let's just get rid of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Let's compare it to Marvel Comics. Okay, let's put Marvel. Okay, Marvel over time. Again, you can't really compare such terms topics. So Marvel will probably be higher, but this is Marvel. Marvel is much more popular than Naruto. But of course, Endgame came out and it went down, and One Piece again is now more popular worldwide than Marvel. Okay, you can see here Marvel is here, and Marvel kind of started going up and up and up, and Naruto started going down because the show ended. But you can see here, Naruto at its peak, the show at its peak was much more popular than Marvel. Okay, so Naruto is much more popular worldwide than And this is what Disney is really scared of. If Alita can make $4 million worldwide, a Naruto live action movie or animated movie, either way, will probably make $1 billion plus worldwide because of its popularity. It'll probably make like $300 million alone in China. Same thing with Dragon Ball. Okay, Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is not as popular as it used to be like in the early 2000s. But we go at the this is One Piece, or we make a One Piece movie. I'm not really interested in One Piece, but pirates are popular. Let's look at Pirates of the Caribbean. How that series is so popular. This is Marvel. This is the reasons for most Marvel's most popular. China's not so up for some reason. Um, Include world search volume reasons. That includes China. It's because China banned Google. Let's do all of them. For all of them, and this is which includes Africa, which doesn't have that much traction because not many people in the internet are really in Africa are really on the internet. This is and of course when you compare it manga and anime, Marvel is most popular in America. But Naruto basically over time, okay, let's go over the last 5 years. Marvel is more popular, but over time, Naruto was more popular, or just as popular over the last years than Marvel. Okay, you see here Naruto is, and especially if they bring these series to the big screen, they'll probably become popular again. South Sudan is not where it is. Africa's not where it is. This is China. Okay, Endgame made $600 million in China. Alita is nothing compared to Naruto. Alita and Marvel, it's first. What's to say? Endgame made $1 billion and made $600 million in China. Okay, let's just search for Marvel, which Endgame is Marvel. I'm just put Endgame. But that's just Marvel alone. Marvel Comics. The interest for Marvel Comics. I put Marvel as comics. Okay, Endgame. Let's see how I see Endgame here. Endgame. Which for some reason Endgame is just not so up. Not searched that much. That's why I put Marvel instead. Yeah, Marvel instead. It's Marvel Comics. Yeah, that's one. Marvel Comics. Okay, which gives the same, basically the same results. Here, same exact results here. And you can see here, this is worldwide, not America, because Marvel will basically just destroy everything in America. But if you put in Marvel Comics, or we just go over the past 5 years. Much more better comparison because we're going into the past here. Excuse me for that noise. Past 5 years, Alita, Dragon Ball, and all that stuff. This is Marvel Comics on Endgame. Naruto was wrapping up, so and this was like the series finale of Naruto. So Naruto died down. One Piece, Dragon Ball kind of died down as well. Let's remove Dragon Ball and put in Dragon Ball Super because Dragon Ball Super is much more relevant. Okay, much more relevant than Dragon Ball Z. Oh no, it's much more relevant. And there's of course a lot of YouTube channels about Dragon Ball as well, which here we can see Dragon Ball Super versus Marvel. Okay, Dragon Ball Super. The purple is Dragon Ball Super, which is much more relevant. Here, Marvel Comics is the green. Here, and One Piece is the yellow, and Naruto is still the blue one. Yeah, and Marvel Comics is much more popular in America. Marvel has gotten more popular because of the rise of the MCU. But before 2000, before like the Avengers came out, Marvel wasn't really popular actually in America. It was DC. DC was much more popular. But you can see China here. Okay, China Marvel as a brand. Marvel as comics as a brand. You can see here Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball is much more popular than putting Dragon Ball. But you can see here Dragon Ball Super as a show. Still less popular than Marvel Comics, but you can see that One Piece is the more popular, and Naruto is more popular in China, and you can go back and put in Dragon Ball again. But Dragon Ball is much more popular. But Dragon Ball is much more popular back in the day. But Dragon Ball has a search term. The search terms measured differently than topics. That's just people that searching up Dragon Ball in general. See how they are searched up. People searching up anything related to Dragon Ball as at all. Okay, Dragon Ball as a whole thing. Okay, let's put save it with Marvel. Let's put it back in the search term of Marvel too. People are searching up Marvel. Okay, because people when they look up MCU, let's look up Marvel. You can see here past 5 years. Marvel is search term, so it makes more sense. Marvel. Green is all Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is very popular in Latin America here. We can definitely see that here. Dragon Ball is barely beaten by Naruto. And this is just people searching up Dragon Ball, which when people search up Naruto, they're not going to get search up Boruto, okay? They're not going to search up. I'm just going to move the non-search terms from here. Let's compare Dragon Ball to Marvel. Okay. I'm just going to put the search terms. Okay, so I'm just going to put reader as a search term because it's much more easier here. But you can see here, Dragon Ball is has been more popular than Marvel until Dragon Ball Super ended. Okay, Dragon Ball Super ended. Dragon Ball Super Boy came out. Dragon Ball got more search than Marvel, and actually, even us Americans were celebrating Dragon Ball and Thanksgiving parade. There was and Google Photos. And we opened it up again. Google Trends. Okay, we're gonna be searching. We're gonna be doing our last comparison here. Last comparison. Let's look up Dragon Ball as a search term. Let's comparing the search terms because when most people search up things, they search up things on the search terms. So it's Alita as a search term versus Dragon Ball. Okay, Dragon Ball is obviously gonna win here, but Alita is. As when people are searching up Alita, I don't think people search up searching for both movie and comic. No manga comic and Different Dragon Ball people are searching for the comic, for the anime Dragon Ball Z, for Dragon Ball Super, for the movie Broly, and for everything. Same thing of One Piece. So just put One Piece and Naruto, as well, and Marvel again. Which if you put One Piece as a search term, it isn't really that as much it isn't as popular as Dragon Ball. Naruto is more popular than in Dragon Ball Z in America. Besides time when Dragon Ball Super came out, but and of course let's put in Marvel as a or let's put in Avengers. Okay, Avengers. Let's see which one shows up because oh yeah, this is Avengers. So Avengers is more popular than all of these combined. Which this is Endgame came out, and of course Endgame squashed them all like a bug. But let's look up Marvel here, and of course it's just in America. It's we all know Avengers and Marvel is very popular in America. Okay, very popular. Okay, Avengers as a whole, and of course it's the past 12 months. So of course Endgame, let's made. Well, this is really an unfair comparison because Endgame did make over $800 million. Okay, $800 million. So it's worldwide. Let's see if that changes anything because Dragon Ball itself is more popular internationally, kind of like how Alita was, and you can see it's much more fairer. But Avengers is because how popular Endgame was, but you can see Endgame kind of fell down as now. It is what Endgame is. Avengers search is it's actually behind Naruto and One Piece, and it has power Dragon Ball because it's like because it's not really a fair comparison. Alita went up and it was more popular for a while, but Alita and here's the thing. Alita made $404 million. Okay, Endgame made $2 billion, 2.9, $7 billion. Okay, so this is Marvel. Endgame, Infinity War, Avengers, Age of Ultron. No way really cared about that movie. To be honest, does anyone really care about Age of Ultron? Yeah, that's that. You can see here, One Piece, Naruto. You can see here, include world source volume regions everywhere. And this video is only 47 minutes long. This is how long the video is, but you can see here, this is the second reason. The third reason is DC. I'll make that its own video here. DC is Marvel's main competition, and Joker not failing is gonna be that bad for the MCU. Okay, Joker being a success. Let's look at Joker itself. Okay, North Korea. There's no such thing. There's no such as in North Korea. We can see here America. So Avengers and Marvel, Avengers as a whole, so it's done because most people really look forward for the Avengers. And you can see here it's green, but Avengers and Naruto are basically split even in the United States and Canada. Naruto's more popular in Canada, and Dragon Ball, of course, completely dominates Latin America besides Brazil. You know, and Africa's not affected, but China is the most interesting one. Okay, Avengers Endgame made a $600 million. Okay, $600 million. Okay, the Naruto is much more searched over the last 5 years. Okay, Naruto is much more popular because this is 2012. This is actually 2014, not 2014. Oh yeah, this is when Age of Ultron came out. Age of Ultron came out. I thought this was 2012, but this is the last 5 years. Age of Ultron came out. Nobody cared about that movie and dropped off. Um, I really want to put. Oh yeah, custom time lanes. We're going to start at December 1st, 2011. The 2019 to put the first Avengers. Okay, so this is the comparison. And Alita made $404 million, and this is comparing it to more popular mangas. I'm comparing Alita to Avengers, and of course other more popular manga series. Okay, this is just the facts here. More Naruto, especially. Now I know Naruto is this popular, and of course Dragon Ball is more popular in the early 2000s. And of course it went up on Dragon Ball Super had its climax, and Dragon Ball Super was actually hero, the top hero, and the Naruto was actually just as popular as the Avengers, okay, worldwide, okay. You can see here include the World Source Volume reasons, um, and you can see China is the market we're looking at, here. Of course, you don't know what's popular in mainland China. This is probably for Hong Kong and Macau, which are basically autonomous regions. Um, see here, Kazakhstan, Naruto. Naruto is more popular. And I'm just gonna look up Marvel and as a term in general, okay? Let's give me the last comparison between Marvel, okay? There are a lot of people saying that manga is going to basically take over, and they're completely correct here, okay? Manga-based anime, you may call them weebs, but they're winning here, okay? They're winning the internet war, okay? This is over there, and Marvel isn't as searched up as here, okay? Avengers was a much more better term to search up. Because it's including the first Avengers, which made 1.4 billion. I think it was 1.6 billion dollars. And this is Age of Ultron, which made less money, and Infinity Wars made 2 billion, and Endgame. Okay. Now you know why they're scared of anime and manga. Okay. Even in America. Even in America. Okay. Well, let's go over the last 40 days after Endgame died out, after the Blu-ray came out. You know, see if this is the interest with Avengers, Dragon Ball, Alita. Alita is much less popular than all of these. And Alita is not as popular as the rest of these series. Okay, One Piece new episode comes out, so and so but even then, Naruto, um, cause that is over the past 5 years, Avengers kind of had to build up though, and Naruto was at its peak. But you can see here, One Piece, Avengers. Avengers is most popular in America currently, but Naruto is at 29. Okay, these are all search terms. All search terms. Greenland, Avengers, Avengers. Cause there's like there's like nobody on the internet in South Sudan. They don't count. There's like nobody on the internet in South Sudan. Of course, in the English-speaking world, Avengers is still the most popular. Um, and East Europe it's One Piece, and of course Latin America it's Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is the most popular in you can see here by the map. For some reason, Cameroon is most popular in Cameroon for some weird reason. There's America 13. China is only 3. Here. But in the Latin America region, Dragon Ball, One Piece is much more popular. But Dragon Ball is definitely more influential than One Piece, especially in Latin America. Let's look at Latin America and Caribbean. Dominican Republic, Dragon Ball, just Dragon Ball. Cuba, Haiti, it's Naruto. But in Dominican, it's like all of the Spanish-speaking countries, even in Spain. Dragon Ball is most popular in Spain. Poland, it's Avengers. It's Avengers, but in all of like the Latin speaking areas, Dragon Ball is very popular. Italy too. Italy is a Latin speak. Actually, it's just Latin speaking countries in general. Okay, One Piece is actually being Dragon Ball, but there, but oh, that's actually pretty good comparison. U.S. by states. Let's see what's of course. Oh, we all know what's gonna be number one in America, but the more Spanish-speaking states like Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico. I gotta see if they brought their interest of Dragon Ball to the other states, the border states. You can see that even like you can see in the border states, more Dragon Ball is more popular in these states. Okay, Texas 21%. You can see actually Dragon Ball is the same in every state, but I actually thought that people coming from like Latin America to here would actually help Dragon Ball, and especially in these states, because Dragon Ball is just super popular in Mexico. If you look at Mexico, okay, Mexico for example, in Dragon Ball, the past 40 days, this is Dragon Ball, and this is how popular Dragon Ball is in Latin America. Dragon Ball is more popular in Latin. It's like it's like how Avengers is popular here and stuff. Dragon Ball actually is the most popular in Mexico. There's no competition here, okay? No competition anywhere in Mexico. It's all Dragon Ball. All it's like more people like Dragon Ball than Avengers and Mexico. It's just I guess even the past like 5 years too. Past year too. About Angel's popular Noel, but Avengers went up, but then Dragon Ball just overtook it again. You see, over time, over the past year, Dragon Ball and Avengers have practically been equal. Yeah, practically equal. Even when Endgame was at the height of its popularity. Okay, even when Endgame was at the height of its popularity, you still see popularity of Dragon Ball in Latin America and in Mexico and these countries in Latin America. Brazil it's different, but if like the Spanish speaking world, it's Dragon Ball is just more popular there than everywhere else. But we have one more country to compare it to, because Latin America is so all the same. It's basically the same as Mexico. Japan, One Piece is the most popular in Japan, which is the reason why One Piece, One Piece and Naruto are the most popular in Japan. Dragon Ball is not really as popular as it used to be. That One Piece is extremely popular in Japan. Dragon Ball is popular in Japan, but it's not as popular as it used to be because Dragon Ball is pretty old in Japan, and most people probably were looking for Dragon Ball in the 90s and 80s, and or we can look at Colombia here. Okay, same thing in Colombia. Dragon Ball is just basically number one in Colombia. Dragon Ball is just super popular in Latin America. Okay, here Colombia. These states don't have such as, but I bet Dragon Ball will be showing up as number one in those states too. Or you can go look up Argentina. It's the same in no matter where you go in Latin America on Google Trends. Dragon Ball is the most popular. Okay, same thing of Argentina. Dragon Ball is the most popular. The only one that changes is Brazil. Okay, Brazil is more Naruto fans. Okay, there's more Naruto fans in Brazil than there is Dragon Ball fans, which Naruto is much more popular in Brazil. Okay, and even like shows about way, I think Dragon Ball is more popular than Dora, which is surprising because I don't know how popular Dora really is in Colombia, but I think Mexico I think Dora is more popular. I can actually search that up. Get rid of Avengers here. Let's see how popular Dora really is compared to Dragon Ball. Let's look up Dora. Of course, it's gonna go up because of the last movie that came out. The Dora movie came out, and more people like Dragon Ball is much more important because Dragon Ball is much more Dragon like especially if they release a Dragon Ball movie and it comes out in like Latin America, And Dragon Ball is just basically just destroy the MCU and Latin America. Even yeah, it's Dora the Explorer. This Dora search term in general. People search up Dora. More Dragon Ball is more popular than Dora in Mexico. Okay, that's all I have to tell you. Now Dragon Ball is more popular than Marvel. And Marvel is Endgame is beaten by Dragon Ball in Mexico. Endgame basically just defeats no, is beaten by Dragon Ball in Mexico and Latin America. And actually, if the thing comes to Latin America, and if people from Latin America continue coming to America, it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna say here. Well, Avengers is not the most popular, and Dragon Ball is the most popular here. Okay, this Dora is more popular than Dragon Ball in America, but just in Latin speaking countries alone, Dragon Ball is very popular in Latin speaking countries. And that's basically it. And if you watch the 50-minute video, you basically I'm wasting my time looking at Google Trends and seeing the slow decline of Marvel after Endgame. Goodbye.